What went into the waiver wire pickups yesterday, bringing in Blaine?
With Caden, it was obviously with Joe's situation. We had brought James in. We had talked to James. Felt bad for James. He really didn't have a lot of time to get up and go through a camp and get his feet under him. And we probably felt they're having somebody that's been through a camp. We like the background of Caden. It gives us more depth. The other piece with that is Dennis has had a really good camp. Now, I know we all get excited about opening day rosters. This allows us to have depth at the position. It allows us, if need be, the Dennis to come back and play. It allows him to keep playing. So really, at the end of the day, we felt it gave us depth at a position with Joe's absence right now, with a goaltender we like. And with Anthony, Caden, and Dennis, AA, we've got some depth there at the time right now. Sorry?
What did you like about Sammy?
Well, Sammy, obviously, Sammy's had a history with Chief, going back to St. Louis. He won a cup in St. Louis. If you look back, was a real good player in St. Louis, went to New York, went through a major injury with his knee, and sort of had to rebuild himself, right? And, he's a player that had spent last year in the American League and was a big part of that team's success, winning the Calder Cup. We'd had good reports. Our staff had seen him a lot over his career, but specifically last year, had a good camp in Montreal, gives us some depth, and a history with the coach, so a player we knew. Well, like I said, the plan is right now, today, he's not on the roster. And then we'll see what happens tomorrow, right? Easton has had a really good camp. I think he's right there ready to play for us. We want to manage it appropriately. If he's going to be playing with us here, great. But if he's not, I want him playing, right? So we'll manage it here the next little bit. We'll get through today and see what tomorrow brings.
Does this mean that we're not going to see Jay Wall anytime soon? What can you update us on this situation?
Yeah, no updates there. We think things are progressing well, but I can't give you a time frame right now.
How do you feel? Sorry?
How's he doing?
He's doing well. Yeah, he's doing really well.
How do you assess the forward group coming out of camp in light of the
Sorry, what was
How do you assess the forward group, what you've seen from them coming out of camp in light of the Lawton injury?
Well, injuries are part of it, right? Everybody goes through injuries. I think we're still a work in progress, right? Like trying to fit some new people in, and with Scotty's injury, I think one of the strengths of this group is there's some flexibility of people that can play different positions. So I think you saw a little bit of a line switch with Scotty's injury. So there's some flexibility with positional flexibility. And then ultimately we're still sort of finding where everybody fits. And, that's why you get into the season here and try to, you said at the start of the camp, where chemistry might be, where certain guys are going to fit. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a different look here until Scotty gets, but injuries are injuries. Everybody deals with them, and we'll be ready to roll. Sorry about that.
How long do you expect him to be out?
Scott? Not trying to be I don't know yet. We termed it week to week, so he's probably going to be a guy that's over the course of the next couple of weeks we'll have a better feel. Next week to 10 days, but it'll be a few weeks.
What do you like the most about the team going into the season?
Well, I think we've got lots of depth. Like I said, we as I said, I think our goaltending is strong. I think our defense is strong. Up front is where there's probably a little bit more question marks, right? Of where everybody fits and finding their roles and finding where there's chemistry. So I like the depth of the team. I really like the attitude that the group has come in. It's a hardworking group. You guys see it here every day. They're a committed group. So camp for all of us can get a little bit long, and you're like, okay, let's get on with the real thing. So we're excited to get to the real thing.
How did Dennis take not being on the roster, just given the type of training camp that he's?
No, he's good. Like, again, let's not get. We're not playing today, right? So the roster gets submitted because you got to submit a roster. We'll see where it all shakes out when the games play. The good thing with Dennis is it keeps him playing. And like I said, right now from the goaltending standpoint, I like our depth, and it'll be a committee approach till we can get Joe back.
Depth on defense is very important. How do you feel about your depth at that position?
Yeah, real strong. We were very happy that our guys got through waivers. We see it with Scotty. Injuries are part of it. We've got a condensed schedule. You can never have too much depth. I thought Henry Thrun had a real good camp. I thought all of our defense had real good camps. But in Henry's case, this allows him to go do what he's got to do, which is play, right? He's sort of missed that development step in getting some American League time and getting a lot of time and kind of getting him reset. So I was excited to get him through, and yeah, I'm happy about the depth we got on the blue line.
After seeing on the preseason play now, how do you view, Brad, the challenge of the Atlantic Division now?
Well, the preseason didn't really do anything for me. I knew going in it's a tough division, right? I think it's the hardest division in hockey. You've got the last 6 Stanley Cup finalists, either winners or finalists, have come from the division, and then you got teams on the come up and down the division. It's every night is it's a beast. So we've got our hands full.
Is it Stanley Cup or bust for you guys?
We're just getting ready for Wednesday.